Personally, I'm on the old poor versus new poor side of
between new broke and old broke.
Don't throw away your old candles. Boil them.
Why you don't want to be in the country? Why you prefer to be in the city? Why
poverty in the South hits different?
Being poor in America doesn't always look the way it used to be. Today, more working families, retiree, middle-class household cannot afford the basic necessity. So what exactly is the difference between the old poor and the new poor? You guys let me down below the comment and make sure you subscribe. Let's check out these clips.
I'll tell you who, new poor.
What?
Ever since the recession hit, waves of new people are suddenly broke. These people have no idea how to live without money. They're what's called new poor. We're old poor.
Yeah, they could stand to learn a lesson or two from us because we would never take our homelessness and shove it down everybody's face.
Oh, have some class if you're gonna be poor.
These people keep asking me why I'm not afraid. I'm worried about money in this new economy. See, they don't know how to live without money. They're what's called new poor, and I'm old poor. Okay? I'm all right.
Some of y'all never ate leftovers in your life, and it shows. Like, everybody wants what everybody else has, but they don't want to sacrifice to get it. This leftover is from Sunday. It's Wednesday. I don't care. It's still good, and I'm going to eat it. I'm not wasting. Some people think they got to eat out every day. They're like, I'm not eating leftovers. I'm not cooking. I'm not doing that. But then sit around and complain because they don't ever have any money. Think they got to have these, fancy drinks and all this stuff. Well, you know what? Have your fancy drinks and go out to eat for every meal. Spend your money on all that stuff if that's what you want. But don't sit back and complain when you're broke. I hear people all the time. It's like, must be nice. Must be this, must be that. Well, yeah, but we worked for what we have. So some of y'all need to get off your high horse and take some lessons.
If you grew up poor, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. To rich folk, this is just a piece of bread. If you grew up poor, though, this had 4 different names. This was sandwich bread. It was a hot dog bun. It was a hamburger bun. And it was also garlic bread. Now, if none of that makes sense to you, you rich folk, if you knew exactly what I was talking about, you my people.
You didn't eat this growing up with your spaghetti or your Salisbury steak. I don't want to hear how you fucking struggled, okay? I'm out of the struggle a little bit. Still eating this. What's for dinner, I wonder? Steak? Salisbury steak, bitch.
For her lunch. I counted how many pieces of cheese were left in this before I ate any.
Man, you can tell the difference between people who are old poor, like me, and new poor, because you just go buy a whole block of cheese and cut it yourself. Shocker. Idea of pre-sliced cheese. Do you know what a luxury that is? I don't know about you, but that's a luxury. I never buy pre-sliced cheese. But I'd love to know, what's something that screams kind of new poor versus old poor to you? Especially if you grew up old poor.
Am I the only one that's not fazed by eggs being almost $9 a dozen, or am I just old poor? I don't understand the hysteria of eggs being expensive. Just don't eat eggs. Get something else. Oh, well, milk is expensive. I'm lactose intolerant. Get something else. The fresh produce is still cheap. The meat that is on sale or marked down, that has never failed me. Wash it up real good, honey. Place that thing in the freezer, mark and date it, and cook it when you're ready. I just don't see what the problem is.
Y'all, I'm broke. I'm broke.
Eric just said it's okay. I just sent my doctor's note to Eric, and Eric said everything.
I'm gonna have to start teaching people how to cook food bank food because it's obvious some people can't do it for shit. Because you can tell who's new poor, like newbie poor, versus like old school poor. Like if you grew up in the 90s, early 2000s, you know what I'm talking about. You can whip up a whole meal with food bank food. And maybe I should start making videos how to cook a meal with food bank food, because there's some of you that I'm like disappointed. I'm like, damn, your grandmas, your moms didn't teach you how to cook food bank food? It's so easy. I'm gonna make a video here later today with some basic ass ingredients, and I'm gonna show you how to whip up a food bank food meal.
This is a whole chicken. How many meals can we get out of this whole chicken that we got on sale for $7.38? 3. 3. 2. Give me that. You are a shame to me. No. We can get like 7 meals out of that. No, 7. What are you talking about? You're just lying out of your mouth right now. Okay, let's get this back up here. All right, let's see. We've got the drumsticks. 1 drumstick each. That's 1 meal each. The breast, cut that into half for both of us. That's another meal each. Underneath here, that's another 3 meals. That's only 5. I'm not done yet, numbnuts. And then we're going to take this. We're going to take the skin. We're going to take the bones. And then we're going to do one of my favorite things, which is what? Yell at me. No, we're going to make broth. We're going to make so much broth. And that broth is going to make us multiple meals. 2, 3, 4, 5 meals, depending on how much broth we get from this one carcass.
There's definitely a difference between new broke and old broke.
And the pandemic made it apparent who was the new broke and the old broke. Because you didn't see poor people out there stockpiling 20 things of water, 50 things of toilet paper. Because we knew what to do. We knew how to adapt when we had toilet paper. Baby, did you know if you rub it between your hands, you can soften the pages of a newspaper or a magazine or something? When you in dire straits, you do what you got to do. And people who are the new broke, they're out here like in distress at being broke. People who've been broke all their lives, a lot of things stress us out, but being broke ain't never been one of them because it's all we know. We learned our survival skills. That's why people are so scared of recessions and stuff. Like, heck, some of us be so broke we don't even know we in a recession because that's our everyday life. And then the thing is, the folks who are the new broke, they stepped on the old broke on their way up, and now they got to kiss their ass on the way down. You gotta ask the old broke how to go to the food pantry, how to apply for government assistance, how to do this, how to do that, what time you need to go to be able to get served and all of that. You have to reach out to those same people that you thought you were better than to get help. Like my whole platform is based on things I done lived. This is nothing that I haven't done before. Like, the whole lentil thing came because me and my husband was dead broke and we needed food and we made lentil soup. I know how to adapt and survive. The thing is, you need to learn how to humble yourself. Just like that whole debacle with the angel tree and people saying this and that about folks. Just imagine for a second you and your kids was on there. You would want your kids to have nice things too. Just a thought.
The sudden closure of Spirit Airlines is one side effect of a trend that is going to exacerbate significantly in coming times. That trend is the erasure of the middle class. And you can see this because Spirit Airlines was the most affordable option. People would clown on it for that, but it was available to the American people. Now that gas is more expensive, now that tariffs have made everything more expensive, they had to close. They're not going to be the first ones. All of our affordable options are going to start closing, and everything is going to be premium only. You're going to have to pay premium prices at all times on everything because gas keeps going up. You understand gas is required for every part of our industry, right? We need gas to move things. We need gas to put those things together. We need gas to move those completed products to other places. Y'all need to pay attention.
3 ways I can spot old poor out in the wild. Number 1, when something breaks, you fix it. Or you call your buddy's uncle's friend's cousin who knows how to fix it. We're not calling a plumber. We're not calling the mechanic. You learn. That's what YouTube is for. We've all picked up skills in our poor journey. Am I right? Number 2, you've got meat in the freezer with the yellow manager special sticker on it because it was going out of date when you bought it, but it was affordable, so you bought it. Number 3, when everybody starts bitching about the economy and how fucked up the system is, you just nod and carry on because it's been fucked up forever. Nothing's changed. It's just that other people are experiencing it now. So let me know, how do you guys spot old poor in the wild?
Apparently I'm on the old poor versus new poor side of TikTok. And as somebody from the old poor side, I just want to welcome all of the new poor. We're here to help you, to support you, to provide you any tips and tricks to help you get through and learn how to be a good poor. I do have a question for all of the old poors though. What is a staple food from your childhood or from your old poor days that you just cannot break away from? Even if you can afford the more expensive version now, you just gravitate to that. It's like a comfort food. It just brings you back. Mine is Maruchan chicken top ramen. I still keep this as like a staple in my house. It's what I would eat when I would come home from school, getting ready to watch TRL. I would make top ramen. Now it's like when I'm not feeling well, when I'm hungover, when I just need like some noodles and hot broth. It's like so good. So what is yours? Let's help the new poor find their go-to poor food.
I have a big house, 2 cars, lots of stuff, and I don't have to pay any of it off for the next 10 years.
Well, I lost everything that I technically didn't own, but at least I still have the free bread line.
Oh, yes, we're eating Spam again. Now stop complaining and be grateful when I'm speaking German right now, goddammit. A new toy? No, son. Toys cost money, and we don't have any of that. Now come on, let's go get you a new stick from the front yard. Martha, honey, we may be poor, but we still have more rights than Jamal. Civil rights, Beth? Why does the neighbor's radio have a colorful screen? Oh, why do you keep complaining about your life instead of appreciating what you have? 5 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, 5,000 square feet? I guess you can't get much when you have nothing. How come we don't have a Nintendo 64? How come you haven't learned gratitude, boy? No, we only need 1 computer. That's it. If computers are so great, how come they didn't stop the planes in Manhattan? Huh? All right, kids, we've got 0.5 gigs of data left for the rest of the month. And it's only the 5th. I can't get food stamps, but I only make $36,000 a year. Jamal's got food stamps, and he doesn't even try to get a job.
As someone from the South who lives in the North, yeah, poverty in the South is way different. Yeah, let me be the one to tell you. I don't know who's telling you to move down South, but don't do it because poverty in the South hits different. Yeah, down there, the minimum wage, you still might be getting paid $10.50 an hour. On top of that, your rent still finna be about $1,800. Car note, car insurance, yeah, that's all gonna be expensive too, especially if you're in a big city. Oh yeah, that's gonna run you a good bit. And if you're like me, someone who's used to taking public transportation up north, don't even think about it. You're not gonna be able to. There is no public transit in the South. You're gonna have to get a car. And if you think you're gonna get government benefits, if you don't have no kids, yeah, no, you're not getting it. That's why when like people say slavery ended, I'm like, no, it didn't. Look at the South. They are dead ass working y'all like slaves down there and y'all get 10 cents back. That's why as much as I love Atlanta, like I'm from Atlanta, but I would never, ever, ever move back there just because I know everything's expensive and nobody's getting paid anything. That's why everybody's scamming in Atlanta. That's why everybody got 3, 4, 5 jobs and they're a scammer on the side because ain't nobody paying nothing. Ain't no jobs, ain't no money, but everybody expects money.
And y'all motherfuckers will be like, why you don't want to be in the country? Why you prefer to be in the city? Why you always bringing up the city? Because, motherfucker, you ain't come from where I'm come from. You feel me? What I come from, you talk about moving to the country like that shit just peaceful. It's just so cool. No, the country, the South get crazy, man. Where I come from, it ain't nothing but poverty. And I'm talking about poverty. The poverty level so fucking high, we higher than the state and national average in North Carolina. Like, don't nobody want to be around that shit 24/7, man.
And being poor in the South or a red state is completely different from being poor in the North or a blue state. And I had to learn this as somebody who moved from the South to the North. I didn't realize when I was in the ghettos of the North when I was, because their ghettos were nicer than my well-off existence in my state that I came from. Just off of geography alone, the projects were worth more than my suburban house in the metro Atlanta area. And so even what is listed as lower class or poverty in the North, I came to realize was at the baseline of what was success in the South.
You ever been so broke that you saw your electric bill, so for the next month you decided to unplug everything just to see if your bill went down? And it didn't. How did it not go down? I think they're screwing us. Do you agree with me? I think they're trying to take all of our money.
Something you probably don't hear a lot, but you should hear, is that poverty is demonic. Yes. The state of poverty is demonic because it keeps you in a mental state of lack. A poverty mindset convinces you that because that's where you started, that's where you should end, that you'll never have enough and you'll always be in this place, that you're unworthy of abundance and that you're deserving of being in poverty, that poverty will continue to grow and evolve throughout your bloodline. Poverty is in correlation to lack. Lack means that you'll never have enough. Lack means that you don't have the tools that you need at this point in time to do better or to do more or to get more or to attain more. So being in poverty isn't demonic. But staying in poverty absolutely is. That's not to say that the people who are in poverty are demonic, but that is to say that the people who stay in poverty are under demonic oppression.
Growing up black and poor, there's so many things that we just don't know about. Like, there's so many incredible things out here that I never knew about until I got a little bit of money and moved to Arizona. Acupuncture. Highly recommended. Stress relief, chronic pain, anxiety, depression, acupuncture. IV hydrations. Phenomenal. You will have so much more energy. You'll feel so much better, more hydrated. Like, IV hydrations, crazy. And I have a woman that will come to you if you need hydration. I post her on my page. Really fire. I never knew much about teeth whitening. Like, I got my teeth whitened this week. Should have been doing that. Pilates. People think it's just for women. Men, that core, Pilates. That's something else that we got to talk about. Peptides. Crazy. Peptides, we should have been talking about that. And the fact is you can get liquor at a liquor store like nothing, but it takes like everything under the sun to get a peptide is literally crazy. That says everything you need to know about our government. Collagen facials. Never knew nothing about collagen till I was in my 30s. There's so many things that when you grow up poor and you only know what you know that we just miss out on. And I'm so sad about that.
If your monthly income is under $1,000, you are officially poor. If you make between $1,000 and $2,000, you are in survival mode. From $2,000 to $3,500, you are still considered low income. If you make $3,500 to $5,000, you are stable. Between $5,000 and $7,500, you are finally middle class. If you earn $7,500 to $10,000, you are upper middle class. From $10,000 to $25,000, you are a high earner. If you make $25,000 to $50,000 a month, you are officially rich. Between $50,000 and $100,000, you are wealthy. From $100,000 to $1 million a month, you are a multimillionaire. And if you make over $1 million a month, you have escaped the matrix.
Hey friend, I don't know if you need to hear this, but we're all poor. Like, everybody's poor and happy and living, acting like we have money. But nobody got it. We're actively in a recession. They're trying to fool you, act like we're not. They're still trying to get you to buy stuff, still coming out with shit. We're poor. Favorite influencer? Poor. Your favorite celebrity's definitely poor. Like, all celebrity, all fame, they're definitely poor. They're scrambling right now. They're not gonna let you know, because obviously they're trying to act like the world's not poor. So it got you feeling some type of way. We're all poor. I can't stress that enough. Do I look poor? I probably do. Because I am. I spend it like I'm not poor. I act like I'm not poor. I'm chilling. But I'm poor. Like, I don't know why who got y'all out here feeling like niggas got money for her. They don't. I promise you they don't.
Don't throw away your old candles. Boil them. You heard me. Times are getting tough, and we're not trying to waste anything. So we're going to make our old candles into new candles. First step, get a double boiler. If you have a rice cooker that you don't use anymore, you can use that. Or you can take a pot and put it in another pot. Or if you have a metal mixing bowl like I do, put it inside a pot. Like this. Now you take your old gunky candle that you don't use anymore, like this, maybe a candle that's gotten a bit too far down, and you can either put it directly in the boiling water, or you can put it in the mixing bowl on top of the boiling water. If you put it directly in the boiling water, be extra careful when you take it out, but it's going to slowly melt everything inside down. That's what happened here. Now we pour that in there. As you can see, I'm already making some candles, so there is some melting candle wax in there. I just poured it right on along in there with it. If you don't have any soy wax to make new candles, you can just combine a bunch of like the candles that you have. I can't guarantee what the smell is going to smell like, but hey, in tough times, we need light. Now, as you can see, some of the ash from the old candle is still in there. Next time I'll be more careful, but I'm not really worried about it. It's more of an aesthetic thing. You're going to clean out your old container. I'm not going to use that one right now because I have some that I've already prepped. And then, well, it's time for the fun part. These are some candles that I've started already. They've got thyme, lavender, and flower petals from the garden. These are your wicks. These are the stickers to the bottom. Everything I got came in a flower making pack, but you can go to the Dollar Tree or you can go to Michael's or wherever and just get candle making material. Stick these onto these and stick those into the bottom. As you can see here, we've got the stabilizer. Bit. We got the stabilizer. It's going to hold it in place while it sets. This is going to take a week to completely cure, but also if you want to put stuff inside, like I have lavender and thyme in here, go layer by layer, put your stuff in slowly and just let it build up slowly. In the meantime, I'm going to wash that other candle container and get it ready for the next one. And here's the final result.
Half of America doesn't even have $1,000 saved in their savings account, which is wild. But y'all are going out to the bars, getting drinks, ordering Uber Eats.
You know, I'm not going to say that she's particularly wrong because people do spend their money in crazy ways. Reckless spending does exist, but at the same time, it kind of feels like there's a bigger reason why the average American doesn't even have $500 in savings, let alone enough for retirement. And I don't really think it's because of Uber Eats or Starbucks or going out to the bars, but you know, what do I know?
Yo, the older I get, the more I realize you can't see money. What I mean by that is you can't look at someone and you can't tell if they have money or not. I used to work at a bank and I used to see people come in there with the new Jordans. They had True Religion jeans. This was back when it was popular. And they should look fly as hell. So you would assume like they got bread, right? Niggas got like $100 in the bank max. And at that point, I realized being flashy doesn't really equate to having money. And on the other hand, I went to Apple store with my brother, right? I didn't look that bad because I try not to look bummy. I'm working right now, but like when I'm not working, I swear I don't look bummy. But him on the other hand, nigga wearing flip-flops, no socks, pajama pants, and a hoodie. Man, he was bumming it that day. He ain't give a fuck. We was walking around, right? No one talked to us the whole time walking around. So he was getting upset like he finna leave. And then finally someone said, hey, can I help you? And it was in like a passive aggressive tone, like kind of, why are you even in here? Like, and he said, yeah, actually, can I get that, and this? The nigga got the most expensive laptop they had in that motherfucker with a printer. Who the fuck gets a printer from Apple? And then he got a case for, he got a bag for his laptop. All that together was like 3 bands. Nigga, even I was shocked. I looked at him like, nigga, you got it like that? But that motherfucker is a cheapskate, so yeah, he did. But just because he looked like a bum, or I need to stop calling my brother a bum, just because he wasn't dressed fancy doesn't mean that he didn't have money, and that's what they assumed, so it took them forever to help him. So going forward, if you see someone driving a car that ain't the best, if you see someone who ain't dressed the best, don't assume they broke. They might just be a cheapskate.
See, that's an absolutely wonderful question because the idea that poor has to be a negative thing, well, it's just a mindset. It's not a poor Olympics, it's not a competition, but you have a lot of people who have a poor, pitiful me mindset, and then you have a lot of people who just don't make a lot of money and they're fine. You have the new poor, and those are the people who probably grew up with money, went out on their own, mom and dad paid for a college degree, and now they can't use that degree to make any money. Turns out there's just not a lot of art history factories hiring currently. But the degree helped them get a middle management job, and then when the economy tanked, they didn't really ever have the experience to learn how to be poor. Then you have the old poor. Those are the people who had to watch mom and dad struggle and watch mom and dad count every penny to make everything work. They didn't have mom and dad money, they had mom and dad work ethic, as in, if you don't go to work, there's not going to be any money. Because they've had to go and make every dollar count before, that mindset's kind of drilled into them, that even if they're making more dollars than they ever have, they need to make sure that they save their dollars. The problem is, for most of us, we've been through this already. So when it happens, there's no change. Everyone's out there complaining about the cost of everything, but the old poor just go, we'll make it work. If you've never eaten Hamburger Helper without hamburger, well, you don't know what we're talking about. You cook, you meal prep, you start making everything at the house. You hustle. You don't sit and cry and think that it's somebody else's fault. See, the old poor understand that the system's been failing forever, but if you're waiting around for the system to fix itself, well, you're just failing yourself. It's not about the glass being half empty or the glass being half full, it's the same damn cup. See, the old poor just go, hey, we're happy to have the cup. There's so many people crying on the internet right now, just bawling, talking about how unfair their life is, looking up at people going, I could have that, I should have that, but they don't look down and go, I'm thankful that I have what I have. Old poor, new poor, re-poor, it doesn't matter. Stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. It's a good way to get evicted. See, the new poor are just freaking out about the price of everything, but the old poor have already stocked up. We've clipped coupons. We buy things when they're a good deal. We hold on to those things. We make it work. I found the biggest issue with the new poor is it's a lot of people who have never been told no themselves, so they don't know how to tell their kids no. The old poor understand that if you can't afford something that your kids want, it doesn't make you a bad parent. It just means you can't afford it. It doesn't mean that it doesn't suck, but you just focus on the things that do matter. Again, not a competition, just a mindset. If you can't love me at my lowest, you don't deserve me at my best.